What's up guys, this is David here and welcome to another Mobile Legends gameplay video. Today we'll be featuring Moskov, Spear of Quiescence. According to the official bio on Mobile Legends website, Moskov was supposedly the next leader of his clan, Wild Sand, until the Khan of Thornwolf slaughtered his entire clan due to the jealousy of the day-to-day development of Wild Sand. When Moskov found out after returning from a hunting trip, he was furious, and somehow he ended up killing his hunting mates and decided to serve the Queen of Doom in exchange for strength and power to seek revenge. Well then, go seek your revenge. What are you doing in the land of dawn, you may ask? Well, the only reason that I can think of is the mysterious Queen of Doom is actually one of the Mobile Legends developers, and Moskov's first mission from Queen of Doom is to come to the Land of Dawn and bring us much fun and tears of frustration before he can return to his revenge. Now I wonder, when is this mission ever gonna end, right? So let's get into his build. Moskov is a very agile marksman who thrives at succeeding and failing at making plays. Now joking aside, the keywords with Moskov is positioning, positioning, and more positioning. You just can't get enough of this positioning with Moskov, and this is because of the extreme short cast range for his second ability, as well as his pitiful auto attack range. But what he lacks, he makes up with tremendous amount of damage and incredible quad control and mobility that, if played right, can dominate any Rainbow situation. Moskov's passive, Spear of Quiescence, allows him to penetrate enemy units behind the target he is currently attacking. Hitting enemy champions with your basic attack each time will reduce the cooldown of your first and second ability by 0.5 seconds. Now note here is, this passive actually works on turrets. The meaning are twofold. One, if you hit a turret, enemy behind the turret that are in a straight line with you and the turret will also get penetrated. And second, if you hit the enemy unit that's in front of the turret and are in a straight line between you and the turret, you will actually damage the turret with the penetration as well. That's actually insanely broken, as you can see just now. I was able to snatch the first blood because enemy Moskov thought he was safe behind his tower, but he actually has no idea. This ability also synergizes greatly with Moskov's second ability, which we'll get into in a little bit. Moskov's first ability, a Beast Walker, allows him to teleport to a targeted location and grant him amazing amount of attack speed, as well as stronger penetration power for a short duration after a jump. Specifically speaking about the stronger penetration power it grants, it means it will deal a lot more damage to the units that are being penetrated than regular. This ability is extremely good for positioning, escaping, engaging, you name it. A note here is, when you're trying to escape, make sure you're holding this ability and point towards your escape route. Do not auto-click it. It functions much like Flicker. If you auto-click it, you will actually jump towards the middle of the enemy team instead of where you want to accomplish. Trust me, I know. Now, do not use this ability casually. This is your main positioning ability and should be used at the right time to dodge skill shots or positioning for a second ability. Before you jump into a team fight, always ask yourself, are you confident you are able to land the perfect stun on an enemy or secure a kill and come back safely? If not, just don't do it. Or you'll be much hated by your team and get reported in the end for intentional feeding due to your 0-18-0 KDA. Now, Moskov's second ability, Spear of Death, allow him to strike a spear towards a targeted enemy champion. Enemy hit will be knocked backward, and if it collides with any enemy champions or obstacles like turrets, like walls, they will actually be stunned for a second and create a perfect opportunity for you to murder their asses. Now, due to the extreme short cast range on this ability, again, you do not want to cast it lightly. And if you are too far from an enemy when you cast it, what will end up happening is you will actually walk towards the enemy turret like a noob and then finally cast it before you die to the tower shots. Similar to his first ability, again, do not cast it casually. Be patient and let enemy get close to you and try to position yourself with your moving command and first ability when you are certain of it before you hit that game-changing button on the right bottom side of your screen, which we'll get into on the advanced mechanic with Moskov. Moskov's third ability, or ultimate, Spear of Destruction, allows him to send a spear globally towards any targeted direction. This ability does decent amount of damage, and it grants Moskov up to 30 points of attack damage for each enemy champion hits, for up to 5 seconds at level 12. Now that's crazy, guys. Imagine if you're able to land an ultimate on 5 people. That's a potential of 150 attack damage for freaking 5 seconds, guys. You would just delete their entire team at that point. Because of this insane attack damage boost, we won't be casting it when team fight is at its peak. Meaning when your team, including you, is able to land a perfect CC on enemy team to gather a small group of people together. And preferably, you want to use it early on before the team fight begins. Again, for the attack damage boost it provides. But lots of occasions in the early laning trade, you really just use this ability as a finishing move when enemy is about to get away. Sniping across the map with this ability is always a fun thing to do, especially when you successfully steal a kill by accident that looks super pro from a replay perspective, and you take that clip to show off in your friend circle over and over again. And I have totally never done that before, just FYI. Moskov's laning phase is you want to always position yourself in a straight line of the minion wave or the minion and enemy champion for some great harass. Now early game Moskov is really not that strong, and you can get easily out harassed by any ranged enemy champion, again due to his extreme short attack range. So most of the time playing passive may be better decision over aggressively try to poke enemy with your passive. You will end up taking more damage than dealing in most of the cases. Now, if you really want to become good at Moskov, you have to learn some more advanced techniques. This will test you and your enemy's patience, as well as real battle experience. Are you ready? So, here we go. When trading with single enemy, like enemy marksman, you want to step by step walk closer to the wall yourself to draw them to it. And you can also auto attack once and stab into the bush so they miss their auto attack, and then you come out of the bush again for another auto attack to bait them even closer to the wall. Once they get close enough, kaboom! Immediately use your first ability to jump out of position, jump out to a position so you can knock them back to the wall. I also recommend using your ultimate on them when they're approaching. This way, they will actually be marked for a short duration. So when you jump out, you can actually see them if they ended up stepping into the bush. When teamfight breaks up, I always like to just walk around for basic auto attack until I find opportunity to stun or commit. I will use my first ability to jump in. Otherwise, I will mainly save it to dodge important skill shots and seek better opportunities. If I'm able to land the stun successfully, I'll immediately cast ult for the damage boost and just utilize my passive to penetrate the enemy line. Again, the keywords with Moskov is positioning and positioning. And with positioning comes great patience. If you commit at the wrong time, I can almost guarantee your death instantly, because of your attack range will make you get super close to the enemy, and you're a marksman, so you don't really think you're gonna have 10,000 HP, do you? I always run Physical Emblem and Purify on Moskov for the standard marksman build, because enemy will target you for sure. Item wise, I like to get Tooth of Greed to synergize greatly with his passive, because any unit hits by the penetration will actually heal you as well, which is insane sustain. I will run Swift Boots for the attack speed, and the standard Thor Sting and Blade of Destruction for the burst damage. Now a note here is, Moskov's penetration actually triggers Thor Sting's unique passive Sunder effect. So if you're able to hit multiple units with your penetration, you can proc your Sunder effect every other attack, if not every single attack, which is absolutely broken. And after that, we will get Blade of Despair and Wind Chaser to finish up the build. Now, if your enemy team just tunnel vision on you, I do take out Wind Chaser in exchange of immortality. Another note here is, if enemy team has quite a bit of tank, I like to change out Tooth of Greed and Thorstein for Fallen Sword and Scarlet Phantom, so you can actually do some damage to them, due to the attack speed from Scarlet Phantom and 8% HP as damage from Fallen Sword. So let's get into his gameplay. Here you saw, when Panda jumped in on them, I immediately cast my ultimate because I saw a little cluster of enemy team grouping together and able to get a huge attack damage boost. And we're really patient with our abilities, as you can see. We use our first ability to position backwards and find an opportunity to stun the enemy Ruby and Belmont together in place. And you can see the amount of damage we can do because of your ultimate and your first ability that allows you to penetrate like a god. Here our Panda jumped in like a boss, ended up dying for it. I was going to use my ultimate to finish up the kill, but Fanny come in like a wrecking ball and take the kill, and we got to assist, which is really nice also. As you see throughout this gameplay, your first ability actually make you attack so fast. It's actually super good for pushing towers. Just as you can see, the tower just disappeared from your auto attack after you cast your first ability. Here we saw an opportunity for them to stand together. We immediately cast our second ability, try to save our Ruby. Unfortunately, it's not enough, and Ruby still ended up dying. As a marksman, you do want to maximize your farming potential. So even though we're low on mana, we decided to go into the jungle and farm rather than going home. Here we saw an enemy Moskov pushing our bottom tower. We couldn't really save it, but our ninja came in, and then you can see the enemy Moskov knock the ninja backwards because he was a little scared and he was a little nervous. Now, like I said before, when you play Moskov, you want to be patient and patient and patient. So what he could have done is actually jump backwards outside of the wall and stun our Hayabusa onto the wall, and he might have a chance to survive. Unfortunately, he got too scared and he just knocked Hayabusa backwards, which is not going to be a stun effect. And Hayabusa is able to close up the gap, use ultimate, and combine it with my ultimate, killing Moskov very easily. Ruby did miss her ultimate at this point, which put us in a disadvantaged position. As you can see, everyone's pretty low, and our Hayabusa got penetrated and harassed multiple times and got ulted by Belmont, which turned him into super low. So we're in full retreat mode. But when we see an opportunity to use stun, we immediately cast. As you can see, we can stun the enemy Belmont as well as Moskov in place. And now we just go in for the cleanup. Fanny able to seize this opportunity and jump in for a Hurricane, and just see the power of what we can do after we quickly turn around the team fight with that successful stun. And here we're able to utilize our first ability to quickly get that inhibitor tower. I was trying to finish the game, but I didn't see a good opportunity to do that because our minion wave was gone. So again, here you see us dodging Ruby's passive ultimate by dashing backwards when I saw her intention of moving closer towards. Here the enemy Ruby really was focusing us. I saw her getting close to me again. I immediately cast my second ability. When I see the opportunity, I can stun her at the wall, which successfully did so. And here I throw my ultimate just for fun because we're having a huge lead and it's a pretty casual game, pretty easy game for us. So just do that as a mental trick towards the enemy. Let them think it might be a pro move, but it's actually not. It's mainly just for fun. Here a team fight breaks up at Lord. We did actually end up getting the Lord, and I ended up chasing Skagura as my ultimate again, but she already died, which is fine because we're about to end the game right here as the enemy team already all died except for Ruby defending this mid lane. And here you can see when I was attacking the tower, sometimes it can be really annoying because it will always penetrate. So I actually penetrated onto Ruby, which attracted the tower aggro onto us. So I had no choice but to go backwards. So just keep a note of that. And that will be the game for us. GG, well played. Thanks again for watching this episode of the gameplay video, and hit the subscribe button if you like the show. Check out more amazing videos and come hang out with us every day during our live stream on Twitch from 6 o'clock p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time using the link listed below. With that, thanks again guys for watching this ranked gameplay, and I'll see you in our next video.